I'm going to let him speak on our behalf.
Hi, as Susie just said, that our community is actively opposed to building the SCMaglev. Through Linthicum, the plan is to tunnel under our community. The concern we have is not only vibration from the train as it is going through our community, but also the ventilation facilities, the surface facilities that will need to be built every 3 to 4 miles, according to BWRR, that's Baltimore, Washington Rapid Rail, the people who are actually trying to build the SCMaglev. Those facilities will ventilate in case of a fire, not only the fumes and the smoke from a fire in the tunnel, but with that smoke being coming from an electrical fire, most likely an electrical fire, will contain cancerogens, toxins, and as most people know, through Anne Arundel County and Prince George's County, we have an issue with radon gas. So there is a possibility of actually exhausting radon gas into our communities in case of a fire. We are opposed. We are a community that was first established in 1659. We have generations of families living in our community. It's been extremely stable, and this we just see is extremely disruptive. To our neighbors and our friends down in Prince George's County, the impact will be even greater when it goes to on the surface. Right now, the current alignments have it going through communities where homes and businesses will be taken, will be lost. We're adamantly opposed to this for a system that doesn't serve Maryland. We have Amtrak, who's already secured $2.7 billion in loan for upgrades. They've already gone through an EIS process. They've already been approved by the Federal Railroad Administration. They actually are investing to upgrade. By the time this SCMaglev is built, if it is, they're claiming they'll be able to go 300 miles an hour, where Amtrak will be in at 200-mile-an-hour range on existing railroads that rail and right-of-ways that go from Canada to Florida. We're seeing this. And we also look at Mark. Mark last year carried over 8.5 million passengers. That is a commuter system. That's what's used by a lot of people in Maryland and West Virginia to get to D.C. and back home again, as well as tourists. That's a system that has been continually being upgraded. You can look at the Healthbrook station that's just been completely redone. BWI station, a major hub, a rail air hub, is being redone as we speak. They're beautiful. They've gone from kind of greasy little old cars to extremely state-of-the-art cars, state-of-the-art engines, very reliable. And again, last year carried 8.5 million passengers. These are systems that serve Maryland. SCMaglev, if built in its entirety, will basically serve the elite going from New York to D.C. Maryland will be nothing more than flyby country, and our tax dollars are going to be used to subsidize this thing because there's no way this thing's going to generate the revenue necessary to maintain and operate the system, nor service the extremely large loans, including $5 billion promised by the Japanese bank.
Also, too, we are on a watershed, which is a sandy soil which will not support it, and we have a lot of underground water streams because we are an historical area and a lot of houses are still on wells. So the environmental study should support no on the Maglev, but we will see what happens. Also, too, with putting up electrical stations, vental stations, and train stops, it's really going to change our area as we know it when we have had up to 6 generations living in our area. People will not recognize Anne Arundel County the way it is now if they build this train.
We're interesting. We're talking about families that have been living in Linthicum and Linthicum-Shipley area. As I said earlier, it was actually created for the land grant in 1659 for the Linthicum-Shipley families. There are direct descendants of the Linthicum-Shipley families still living in Linthicum, in our area. And as Susan said, we have a number of families that are on 5th and 6th generation. So this, again, goes to the position and goes to that this is a long-standing, very historic community where families put down extremely deep roots and want to basically live in this community. And it's kind of a small town just south of Baltimore City. SCMaglev, we believe, will be extremely disruptive to that, if not actually destroy that community. Okay, so we're opposed to it, as are the vast majority of our residents and our entire executive board voted unanimously to be opposed to going forward with SCMaglev. And thank goodness, all of our candidates and incumbents from District 32 and Maryland District 32, as well as Antelope County District 1, except for one person, are adamantly opposed to going forward with building the SCMaglev.
And this is why all of the communities, Bladensburg, Jessup, Linthicum, you name it, we all have to work together, whether you're going to be affected by it or not, directly. We all have to support each other in order to stop this. And you need to actually get on all the congressmen, the senators, all your local politicians to make sure that they vote against it.
Because if this doesn't come through your community specifically, it's going to be your tax dollars that are going to be moved and taken from transportation and infrastructure projects like roads, bridges, waterways, tunnels, things that all Marylanders need and use, both for commerce and for personal travel. Monies are going to be pulled from that to pour into this tunnel, and the only place it's going to go is into the pockets of the handful of investors that are supporting and pushing forward to try to build this system.
So the bottom line is it's going to affect everybody. Whether it affects you directly or financially, it's going to affect every Marylander.
Can you tell me, I'm going to pull this back just a tad bit. Can you tell me the route it's going to go from D.C. all the way up to Baltimore or whatever it is?
The routing basically comes out of Baltimore, goes under the Patapsco River, and comes under North Linthicum, through Linthicum Shipley, and under BWI Airport, where there will be a station. The current plan, as we understand, the tunnel will be approximately 150 feet under the airport. It continues then off the under the airport property, comes through most of Anne Arundel County, where it comes at southern part of Anne Arundel County, goes above ground. At that point, it splits. There's two alternatives being looked at, east of the Baltimore-Washington Parkway and west of the Baltimore-Washington Parkway. These above-ground sections will then go through Prince George's County just before Washington, D.C., where it will go back underground again and come in underground over Washington, D.C.
So here in Bladensburg, where you're at right now, is this going to be underground?
It's above ground. I believe it's above ground in this area.
It shows above ground on the
Will it be above? We've got the Peace Cross and we have this historic district. Can you talk about this historic district and if it's going to go above ground in this historic district?
Any sections that's going to be built above ground, they're going to take approximately a football field length section of property that'll be the width, somewhere between 70 yards and 100 yards. Everything in this path will be raised, taken away. So if it's green space, if it's businesses, if it's people's homes, they'll be taken out. For the above ground rail sections to be actually built.
So what do you think is going to happen to this memorial park here?
That I don't know. I honestly don't know. And part of it is, these are the current proposed routes. There might be some minor alignment adjustments made to try to protect certain areas depending on the public response. But we're trying to push is the public response should be, and Maryland's response should be, no. It doesn't financially make sense. It doesn't serve Marylanders. And if it is built, it's going to be extremely disruptive to those communities where they're tunneling under, to absolutely destructive for those communities where the above-ground sections are going to be built.
And it's also a very long-term project that's going to be very disruptive because it's going to affect a lot of people. And they say it's going to bring in jobs. Those jobs are only temporary to build it, and then they're gone. So,
and if that same money was kept and used to rebuild the infrastructure of our state and the region through New York, Pennsylvania, Maryland, down in D.C., the interstates, the bridges, etc., those would be extremely long-term jobs. It's going to take generations to continuously build and upgrade and repair these bridges and these interstates, these waterways and the tunnels, etc. That will be long-term jobs and very good-paying jobs. SCMaglev, 3-4 years in this area, and it's over. Then instead of having the money available again to go into rebuilding the infrastructure that we need, it's going to be supporting this system, subsidizing the system. That money is not going to be supporting electricians, carpenters, masons, except that's not going to be supporting any of these types of positions at all.
I'm going to move this back and I'm going to ask another question. How much do you think expected cost is going to be?
They're currently saying they're estimating between 11 and 12 billion dollars. We have people that are working with the Citizens Against the SCMaglev, who are active and retired high-level federal employees that have worked on massive projects. They're looking at this and saying there's no way. They're looking at, our estimates are more in the $30 to $33 billion range to go from Baltimore to D.C.
And that's at least, if not $50 billion easy.
Yeah, and one of the concerns also, we think, the concept here is they want to try to build this section because they think it'll be the least resistance. And if they can get this section built between Baltimore, BWI, and D.C., they'll then leverage that. They'll go back to the Federal Railroad Administration, Congress, and say, look, we can't make a go of it if we don't go to New York, which is what their plan has been all along. At that point, if they get the okay to go to New York, eminent domain will be used. It'll be a surface system, most likely, and anything in its way
Because
between Baltimore and New York will be taken. So farms, houses, businesses, new communities will go right through it.
Even though Pennsylvania said no.
We're calling out also to Pennsylvania to be aware that this is coming, and if it's not stopped here, it's going to come right through your state, and there's nothing that's going to stop it.
Great. You want to say anything else?
All I can say is whether or not you're directly affected by it, everybody is, whether it's financial or the possibility that you may lose your home, your business, or you may feel vibrations, or your tax dollars are going to go up. No matter what, you will be affected by it.
And you very unlikely will get any benefit from this system whatsoever.
Because it will be cost prohibitive.
And have you heard anything about homeowners associations will not insure your house?
We have not heard anything, but what we do believe is that the values of homes near or on will drop, contrary to what they say they will increase, because no one wants to live near a system where you have ventilation, electrical stations, vibrations. Nobody wants that.
I'll ask everyone listening to us. You come, you're really interested in buying a home, and you find out it's near one of these ventilation facilities. And oh, by the way, that ventilation facility, if there's a fire, could spit out smoke, which contains toxins, cancerogens, and the potential for radon gas. It'll be dumped into your community and then into your backyard. I don't think that's going to be a positive impact on home prices and home value.
I mean, between the radon and the carcinogens, that alone will stop.
Well, will kill value, property values. If anything, immediately surrounding these facilities, these surface facilities, if you happen to be close to one of the elevated sections, there's a very high probability you're going to feel vibration. And if it happens to be a masonry home that you're living in, one of the things masonry homes and buildings don't like is vibration. They tend to break.
So we have a lot of the older concrete homes in our area, and they will definitely get major settlement cracks, if not structural issues.
Because we have homes that were built in one or two of the homes were built in the 1700s. There's several homes that were built in the 1800s.
And a lot of them built in the early 1900s.
Right. So we're having some real questions. What will the vibration from this train system do to these homes?
There's going to be a big cost to our area.
Yeah. And we know that where Brian and Donna are in not Greenbelt,
Berwyn Heights.
it's escaping me now. But a number of condo associations, they know that if this thing's coming through, they have real concerns about the vibration effect on these condos. These higher-rise condos. These are masonry, steel masonry buildings. And again, masonry concrete, doesn't like vibration. It breaks. So the question becomes, what kind of impact will they have on these facilities? Again, these are our neighbors, and we're here also in support of our neighbors that we don't want to see their homes and their businesses destroyed.
And these are things we know of. What about unknowns? So that's where we are.